You know, I thought I can't fault the players. You know, they've worked extremely hard and, you know, didn't really give much away in terms of opportunities to a very good Melbourne City side, apart from sort of 2 poor decisions from ourselves. And then on the flip side with the ball, I thought, you know, we definitely created enough good opportunities to get something out of the game. So, yeah, from that point of view, like I said, I can't fault them, but, you know, they need to understand as well that when we create those opportunities, it needs to mean something now that we didn't get the result, because the performance, you know, for most part was there.
Mills, it's been obviously a bit of a league-wide issue, just finding those finishes. Honestly, how do you work on that in those pressure moments?
Yeah, no, it's just it's as much habit as anything, because, like I said, you know, I feel like these, you know, weren't half chances that we were creating. We were creating chances through the way that we go about the game, through the way that we play. You know, it's just a little bit of, it's difficult, but a little bit of composure in those moments. And, you know, we score a good goal, which Rosie was fortunately just offside. You know, we hit the crossbar from a cutback. We had numerous entries into the box, but again, that's against, I think, for me, one of the, if not the best defensive side in the league. So whilst we need to take confidence from that, we can't accept that it's just okay that we play that football, create that amount of chances and don't take something from the game.
Do you feel like it's going to change, it's going to turn and it's going to change, or do you need that mentality, you know, to be there for that to happen? Where do you have, like, what's sort of your prognosis on how long you think it'll take?
Yeah, it does need to change, and it does sum up sort of where we are, because, like I said, from a footballing perspective and from a physical perspective, I was happy in very tough conditions, which is another story in itself, how we deal with hot conditions, because it is absolutely a joke the way that we go about it. But yeah, it's not, like I said, yes, it takes time, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't be picking up the results that off the opportunities that we're creating along that journey.
What do you mean by that, being a joke? Yeah, what's your
Well, because if you need to have 2 drinks breaks in a half, then why are we playing a game of football at that time? Because twice we started to create some momentum, and then we have to come to a drinks break for a couple minutes, and then that slows it down and changes. And it's the same for them. Yeah, there was times where they had started to create momentum, and then we go into a drinks break, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me why we're having 2 drinks breaks, because I can't see, if it's that hot that we need 2 drinks breaks, how 2 minutes water on your face is going to change the effect of the heat.
Did the club push for it?
Yeah, but we have absolutely no say. The doctors had a chat. As far as I know, I don't want to speak for Melbourne City, but as far as I know, they were both saying that 1 drinks break was enough. But again, as a nation, as a footballing country, we are so good at shooting ourselves in the foot. Yeah, because we want to talk about attendances and people coming to games and people watching the games, but then we go and put on the toughest situation for the players to actually go and perform in, and then we think it's okay that because we give them 2 drinks break, that'll make it all fine. It's farcical.
Mark, I thought Mark Natter, you know, coming back into the side last week against Auckland, I thought he put in another good shift today. How pleased are you with him merging his play back in the squad?
Yeah, I am pleased with him, and we've always known sort of Mark's quality on the ball. But, you know, he's played a lot of A-League games now, and he's one in this group that needs to continue to stand up and drive standards of this group and be a leader in the team as well, because, like I said, he's got a lot of games under his belt, and we know he has the quality. He's shown that on a number of times. But, you know, if he wants to be and go on to be the player that he can be, you know, he needs to continue to take responsibility for big moments in games, not just for himself but ones around him.
Just on the conditions, it was only a few thousand here, but I guess you must be grateful to those that did turn up and support the side today.
Yeah, of course, and they were, you know, they made as much noise as they possibly could, and like I said, it's not we want people to come here, and we want to play a brand of football that represents what they want as well, and play a brand of football that's exciting to watch. But like I said, we need to continue, and I know Australian sports fans, not just football fans, they're going to come when the results match the performance as well. So that we know that that's in our hands, and we have to turn that around as well. But we won't go away from how we go about looking for results, because, like I said, what we did is we created enough opportunities to get a result, and that is where we're at as a team at the moment. And I do feel it's going to turn around, because what we do is repeatable. We know that the product that we produce and the chances that we create are from things that we do every single day. The difference every single day is we finish those opportunities.
So you're confident the results will come?
I'm absolutely confident, because this group is driven, and I think they've showed with their intent in the way that they go about their football. As I said, it's not, I can go and review the game now and we can identify exactly where we fell short and why we fell short, and that's because of the way that they go about their work and because of the work ethic that they put in. It would be very easy, I think, and probably a lot of people would agree with this, to go away from what we do and just simply try to get a result. But then how do we do it again? And it's not about just one game, one weekend. We want to get to the point where we are producing these performances and working the way that we work and being able to maintain that and match that with the results.
Millsy, from a heat perspective, how are the players after that game?
They're fine. They had 2 drinks breaks.
And just on that, what is the solution that you feel like moving forward that the league needs to undertake to fix?
Play the game later. I don't understand why that is such an issue.
I think TV has something to do with it.
Well, that's fine, but...
Do you think, for example, this is just an idea that I just had, do you have an issue kicking this game off at, say, 9:30? I know it's not great for the crowd, but it's going to be better for the spectacle.
But absolutely not, because, again, our game is based on... I think that was a good game. I think it was an entertaining game to watch. Can you imagine it was played in conditions that suit the players? Yeah, because if we do that, then automatically TV is rewarded by that. If we're able to produce a better product, then doesn't that help everybody?